I gotta pause my freaking thing because I'm mad at my friend named Nan. See my face, Nan? I'm not screwing around. I'm mad. I'm mad at you. Man, I'm angry. What are you talking about? You want to know what's controversial? Is that when I designed my own diet plan years ago, based off my own research, there's now somebody arguing for almost my exact diet of black beans, and they're confirming everything I researched. And this person is an actual nutritionist. That's what's controversial, is that I am an expert nutritionist just from my own personal research. That's what's controversial. Whatever you're going to say next is assuredly going to be offensive. Bread is for betas. I said it. Carbohydrates are found in much better processed forms in potatoes and beans. There is no standing argument. There's nothing that bread does that other stuff doesn't do better. But salad I can get behind. Romaine salad I can get behind. Iceberg is very useless. put so much hot sauce on anything. It could probably be dog shit and still taste good. That's me. I don't cook with salt. I use Mrs. Dash. Annoyingly, well, how do I say this? There's so much of what I do because it's the opposite of what I was raised with, right? My family ate relatively, we didn't eat terrible. We didn't eat fast food or anything, but the meals we got were generally, let's see, pasta or microwave meals or casseroles growing up, right? That was the main foods we ate, which isn't necessarily unhealthy, but it's not the best. So luckily, my resistance to or fried chicken, we ate a lot of fried chicken, which I suppose you could say is unhealthy. Um, so yes, the opposite of that when I rebelled against that, luckily has stuck with me by eating mostly fresh ingredients. Just like bicycling, right? I wasn't really allowed to leave the house as a child, and now I spend a lot of time outside of the house. And there's other habits I have that I will not express that I was very much not allowed to do as a child that are part of my identity for better or for worse. Now stop being interesting. Is that funny how that is? Ooh, Ari, I just found an excellent ad. Wow, I can't believe I'm getting this advertised. What have I done that this is an ad that I'm getting sent? It's incredible that they can just advertise this stuff on uh on the where my children can see it. Isn't that great? What have I been Googling that has encouraged this to be um, an ad that is advertised towards me? Maybe it's like, body hacking. I research supplements a lot and I research like nutrition a lot. And maybe people who research those sort of things are concerned with this part of themselves. All right, Ari. Ready to get your mind blown? I have uh, the only two ways my life goes is I join the military or I start selling heavy, heavy machinery. Either way, I think that I will probably be a contributor to the mass extinction event. So, seeing the mass extinction event would probably be a positive. It would mean that I've made a difference in the world. Joke's on you. Keep frickin' stopping and starting this. Where's my self-made tuba stand? Oh, did I leave it in? I left it in the living room. I'll be right back. Oh no, I didn't. Why do I have Hmm. Military only kills some people, Ari. Mining industry contributes to everyone's death. Society depends on fracking also. You're gonna have to explain that to me. Can't be a good diss if I don't understand it. Also, you sound like a neolib. You're right about college turning you into a liberal. Thank you. I think you're probably right. I'm pretty grateful because usually my in between stages are episodes of little growth versus me growing a pretty decent amount right now. Easy peasy. Hold on, I gotta pause this. You've piqued my interest because as somebody who was proposed to by a person with a I guess, what would it be? She went into psychiatry, so I guess her undergrad would have been in psychology. Her main argument was that it wasn't real science because isolate uh, it didn't isolate variables and it didn't have a control group. And she said that was true for so much of quote unquote psychological science. It's mostly observational science rather than experimental science. And that's why she ultimately went into a different field. You don't get a bad feeling, Ari, anytime you see just clear cut things like this. You don't think it's a broad oversimplification of It's just like, fire, the four humors, or fire, water, earth, and air. You don't think it's just broad characteristics shunted into boxes for the sake of shunting things into boxes? All right, where am I right now, anyways? Intimacy versus isolation. The virtue of love. All right, this doesn't ring alarm bells in your head. This doesn't seem like a. Don't you see similar stuff like this arguing for aligning your chakras and the fact that E major is supposed to be the happy and gleeful uh, key, while A flat major is supposed to be warlike and male? Anytime I see too clean of boxes like this, it something. I personally get alarm bells. And plus, 19 to 29. You really think that 19 to 29 can be grouped into one section? From college to outside of college to possibly having a family to, you think all of that is one stage of life? So what am I supposed to be doing right now? Establishing intimacy and relationship with others. I see. Intimacy versus isolation. If anything, Ari, if we will be back. Facking's terrible. Don't you don't like it. If you don't like Erickson's psychology, fucking leave. I'll give you this. Sorry, I'll give you this. If I consider this more, if I consider myself to be have entered my middle aging, which I do, if I have to shunt myself into one of these boxes, these orthogonal frames that he has so nicely laid out for us, I would say I'm in the middle age category already. Right, I've already done the intimacy thing. I've already had the the girlfriends and the self alone time. Right, that already ended for me a couple of years ago. So if I was to say this model is correct, Ari, I would say I've already entered the middle age zone. And so my next stage of life will be integrity and despair and wisdom. See, I mean, reading these, Ari, though, it's like reading a what do you call it? Bayer's law, right? Where you can force a general enough description to match whatever you want it to match, right? It's prescriptive in the sense that the terms are general enough that you can force them to wherever they need to be, right? That's why horoscopes work, right? But whatever the case is, yes, I would say I am working on the contribute to society and be part of a family. There you go, Ari. I guess you got me. I'm currently middle aged. Initiative versus guilt. I'll take a deeper look. I'm just coping. Thanks. By saying I'm middle aged is my version of coping. I'll take a closer look at it and I'll read up. If you want to send me some reading to back it up, Ari, I will. I'll read it. This stuff is interesting in the same way that getting your fortune told is interesting. But I will read it nonetheless. or taking an online personality test. Care. Supposed to value care. See, there you go, Ari. Now you get the picture. You're right. You were the mature one after all. Oh shit. I'm warping my way bucket. My virtue is care. If anything, I feel more callous and sociopathic than I've ever felt before. But perhaps that's a negative of the care, right? So the virtue is care, and I just score negatively on the virtue. Is that how I'm supposed to interpret that, Ari? Contribute to society and be part of a family. Generativity versus stagnation. Yes, all right, Ari. You're right. I've mentored my middle ages. No. She didn't want it to be. Psychology wants itself to be. By attaching the word science to it, you have to. The thing is, in order for something to be science, it has to be disprovable, right? I can't disprove that people in their 30s to 60s are not focused on contributing to society and being part of a family. That's not a provable or disprovable claim. Therefore, it's not science, right? Science can't exist without the evidence of truth or mistruth. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's not science. So it's not that she was upset with it. It's that it's just not what it claims to be. If they called it, I don't know. It shouldn't be called a science. There's a reason it's a soft science. For example, so her big project was depression in children, right? And that's not some, that's why I get those ads on the internet. It's because my science is. My science is too soft. That's why I'm currently middle aged. I no longer can establish intimacy because my science is too soft. um, uh, what was I saying? I lost it. Oh yeah. So she did childhood depression, right? And shit, that was rough on her. But what she realized is that medicated children and unmedicated children, like I said, unfortunately, because of ethical concerns, especially her as an undergrad, she was unable to do clinical studies, right? And I mean, even if she was able to, I don't think you can ethically withhold something that might make somebody get over their depression, right? And so that was one of the things that we talked a lot about lack of control group. But whatever the case is, upon looking at the research and upon the research that her own cohort compiled, the kids who weren't on medication got over depression or showed signs of what they call it, relief from depression, about at the same time as the kids who were medicated. So if the medication was touting long-term effects, was it really any benefit, especially at the costs of good? You should, Ari. I hope your science gets soft by the time you're my age. So whatever the case is, she's now in bioinformatics now, and I think she's in San Francisco or no, San Diego. Excuse me, San Diego. What is it? It's definitely two different types of talking, Ari. I'll give you that. Oh. Study Chinese medicine like a Chad. Study the healing power of laughter. Yeah, I know. That's That's the joke. I mean, there's something to it. And Carl Jung was inspired by the I Ching and the other spirituality stuff. Yeah, like I told you, I mean, my dad had supposedly curable cancer, and I just watched him totally give up, and then he died. And the doctors were like, "Yeah, he probably should have been able to make it." when he was in when he was at the tail end of his life, when he went from like okay-ish to like 7 days until dead, the doctors and the nurses were like, "Yeah, we gave him a CT scan. Nothing's wrong with his brain. He just kind of lost his grip on reality." So yeah, I do think there is something to, I don't want to say the healing power of laughter, but you know what I mean, right? You know, when I visited the spectral crane, no one had ever heard of you. When I astral projected, no one had ever heard of you, Ari. I really don't want to do tonguing today. Hey, what's the new phrase for the tonguing exercises? I still haven't come up with a new phrase for tonguing exercises. Hmm. Something about, I don't know. If anybody has any ideas for the name of my tonguing exercise, let me know. See, if ASU wasn't going to help me out with this, man, why does Deanna have to be so squeaky clean? It'd be cool to do like some sort of pun on cutting linguists. Lingus? Ligma. Cunning. Dang. I don't know, Ari. If anybody can come up with with a tonguing pun that could be, it has to be like 2 shades away from something dirty. 1 shade away isn't enough. 2 shades away from something dirty. That'd be the best. Tonguing. Oral. Oral coordination. I don't know. We can work on it together, the three of us. Oh yeah. Just talking about the name of tonguing doesn't mean I get to skip the exercise. Dang it. I almost was about to move on to the next exercise. Oh man. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I like that's the right amount of two shades away I like. Let me put that. I'm gonna write that in the notebook. I think we're getting close. Ba, 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 I'm keeping "Chike yourself before you wreck yourself." That one's too good. Chike yourself before you wreck yourself. That one's staying. Is there anything is there any way that Cro-Magnon could be offensive? I feel like it's somehow a slur somehow for something. Cro-Magnon. Cro-Magnon. It seems it's like spoon face, you know. Spoon face isn't a slur, but it sure sounds like a slur. Calling somebody a spoon face. Cro-Magnon. Is it offensive to the Cro-Magnon people? All right, what I just finished. Oh damn it! I still have to do tongue. I don't want to do it so desperately. I do not wish to do it, but I must. So bad at it. It's like working out. I miss one day and then. What's the pun on that one? I don't get it. Tone wrestling? And what's that for? I don't need any names for my tone exercises. I wrote it down regardless. But tongue wrestling. Ah. A kettle we'd IV2. Wouldn't you too? Where's my notebook? I love when old people just print stuff out like crazy because they don't really have a concept of paper or wasting paper. I literally have they printed out all the excerpts. They said bring all your own excerpts to the audition because we won't have copies for you. So I went to the copy shop and printed out my own copies. Right, I printed out some of my copies because other ones I already had. Right, and then not only do they print all us out excerpts, they print out the whole symphony parts for they printed out 7 pages for something they only needed half of one of the pages for. And then they made errors on some of it. So they printed it all out again. So I have about 30 pieces of paper from the audition. Even the ones that didn't have errors, they just printed them out again. Because it just doesn't matter to them. They don't have a concept of wasting paper. Just not a philosophy they share. Cool. First time doing tongue coordination and tone wrestling in a week. Oh, I did it a few times. I just didn't notate it. I remember now. What would be your desired career path out of that, Ari? Research or professorhood, professorship? Really? Clinical. I guess you dude said you like talking to people one on one. I briefly. It didn't go anywhere. I think we literally went on one date and then decided we'd be better as friends. Um, so I went on one date with a somebody who does group psychology. Um, we're still on good terms. If you ever wanted to talk to somebody who's in the field, I guess it's group therapy, huh? But I know she got her undergrad. I think she only needed 1 degree. Um, if you want to talk to somebody in the field, Ari, I might know somebody. Mm-mm. Mm. Yeah, but I thought you said you didn't like them. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I could see you doing that, Ari. Honestly, I think you would function better in on a one-on-one. Don't a lot of don't a lot of psychiatrists uh, throw in the towel, as it were. Was that you, or was that a YouTube video I was watching where I learned that there's a pretty high rate of super slides beyond but with psychiatrists? Yeah, didn't you send me an infographic about it? Ah, good call. Yes, you would be correct, Ari. A2 Dorian. 587. Ooh, A flat. Oh, so it'd be A1 Dorian. This one should be A flat 2. Oh, melodic minor. So it is melodic minor. Or sorry, harmonic minor. 6-1. D flat major. Nice. 8-5. Easy on me. G1. Mixolydian. Maybe something about a pun on scales. Put the scale just for scale. Scale it up. Dragon scales. Ooh. All right, there's something there. Dragon scales. That's the type of thing. That's the type of name that catches on. Skunk. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I'll get demonetized. A Catalina V2, wouldn't you? E flat 2, Dorian. All right, let's try not to. Dragon spunk. I hate to be one of those digital footprint people, but I think this is a strong case of digital footprint. I guess I'm not really one to talk, am I? The cops could probably arrest me if they watched all these 40 hours of me practicing. Kind of a funny thought. Like if I tried to run for office, somebody would have to watch all this crappy, crappy live streams that I put on, just to try to dig up some dirt on me. I guess they wouldn't have to look too hard, would they? This one's not going on the delete list. I've been pretty clean this time. No, no alcohol. No inciting violence. I don't think I've taken a stance on any wars. Oh God, A1 Dory. I wish I enjoyed Marvel movies. A flat 2. Ooh, this one's gonna be real bad. Ah, that sucked. Wow. Wait, Nan, are you still here? Hold on. Nan, thank you for tuning in, Nan. It means a lot to me. Have a good night. Say hi to Ben for me. Skibbity Riz. What is it? Skibbity Riz. I can't remember. D flat 2 major. Whoa. Oh, mixed lady. G Mixolydian. Thank you, Ari. I can't even read this. Fuck is it? B flat Dorian. I think that would rip you apart, Ari. Maybe like antimatter and matter coalescing. All right, let's do this thing. Ah, That's a one of the few classes I took was a psychology of sexual health and wellness. I actually ended up TAing for it. I didn't learn anything. Oh wait, I wrote a new exercise for this. I don't remember it though. Caterpillar. That's right. Caterpillar. supposed to be circle 5. So next one should be G. But I chose not to. I don't think it was anything I didn't already know. It talked about ages of sexual maturity. I remember there was a section about a surprisingly non-controversial, and I think everyone was just too scared. It was a surprisingly non-controversial section about pedophiles and the science behind uh, a juva juvaphilia. I forget what the phrase the correct term is. The science behind being attracted to younger people, which I thought was really interesting because the book was not sympathetic, surprisingly just matter of fact that it was a real psychological thing and not just some messed up individuals. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, obviously, no, I don't think we should be excusing for pedophiles, but I do think that I think it's pretty cool to give an objective, nuanced, non-emotional look into the pedophile's mind. Oh, we talked about natal stuff, right? Pregnancy and the pregnancy cycle. Talked about concealed ovulation. I thought was interesting. How most animals conceal ovulation, and humans are one of the. Oh no, I take that back. I'm so sorry. How most animals do not conceal ovulation, and how humans are one of the few animals that do conceal ovulation. I think anything else we covered. So I guess I learned some stuff. But then we also covered this whole thing about like kinks and the science behind kinks. And we had to watch these really, really, really cheesy videos from, I guess, the early 90s about um, about like, oh, I was wondering if we could play a little different tonight. And the acting was so bad. And every video, it was really funny. Every video, it was all same race couples, but every video was a different race. And so, yeah, I remember the first one was clearly the actor was not trying to hide his, how do I say this? He was very gay emoting, yet in the role he was playing a straight man with his partner. And yeah, this was the first one we watched. It was about there was a black couple, and oh, maybe we can play different tonight. Oh, different like how? Well, I was thinking we could buy some leather straps. Oh, is this something you're interested in? And like the conversation, we had to reflect upon the positives and negatives of approaching a conversation like that with your partner. And then the next one was a, I guess, Mexican couple, and they were discussing use of drugs and sex. And then the next one was the white couple. I can't remember it all now. I used to have them. I think I still do have them saved somewhere because they were just so cheesy, and the acting was so bad. It was just so painfully 90s or maybe late 80s. But my favorite, the last one. Well, no, my favorite was the black couple. The last one though was the Asian couple, and the Asian couple were the ones saying that so bad. The Asian couple were the ones saying, I don't feel the way that we have our sexes is right. It doesn't feel like the way that I don't think she said my parents. Long story short, what it was is they were trying to say, I think in all our culture we're supposed to be having sex differently. And I don't think that you're having sex more like uh I really wish I could. Maybe I should find the video. But anyways, the prompt was, why did they wait to the Asian ones to do the, oh, my culture is so important to me, and it's important that we have sex like it's in my culture, the way my culture has sex. Then we had to reflect upon how external influences have have an influence on sex, and how porn might have affected that, or how it might have been before the widespread use of pornography and stuff like that. I would have liked it for us to actually spend more time on pornography, um, which we didn't really. I don't think we touched on at all. I was hoping we would, because um, I think widespread pornography use is something that was previously unseen before the internet. Right, hard pornography was not. I mean, is there anybody who hasn't watched hard pornography now? Right, and so I think I wish we would have covered more about like the widespread use of hard pornography and how it has changed sexuality, but we didn't. I ended up doing my big project in that class on some woman who was really, really, really focused on. It was like her life's mission to stop choking during sex from being like mainstream, and she cited all these, how pornography is raising violence in America, and how pornography rise is tied to stuff, and how, but like the choking, that was her big thing. And she wasn't religious at all. She was a professor, but that was, I thought it was the most fascinating video, so I made it my big final project in that class. I wonder if I could find that video. It was on YouTube. I wonder if I could find it and send it to you, Ari. It's so funny. Oh no, it wasn't on YouTube. It was on at your school. Since you're a UW school, Ari, do you have access to that? Like, it's like a Netflix, but it's all like educational videos. I forget what it's called. Are you sure, Ari? You might, and you might not know it, because I didn't know about it at first either. I'm gonna look it up. Educational University Library Netflix. Netflix is a bad thing. I should say streaming services. Canopy. Canopy with a K. Let's see if UW Stevens Point. Yes, you do, Ari. You do have Canopy. I was right. Yeah, you have access to Canopy. So if I were you, sometime I would run down to the library and inquire, and they have to give you a login. Then you'll get a login from your library, your university library, for your Canopy access. Then you can watch all sorts of really, really interesting stuff. In fact, I believe there's a crap ton, just a bunch of psychological documentaries, psychology documentaries that you might want to check out. It's called Canopy with a K. Canopy. Well, don't worry, Ari. I'm sending you the link. You can figure it out yourself, you little fool. So yes, this lady who had the tirade about choking during sex, that was on Canopy. How's it go? this work? A flat. I had one. I had two. Both those were for reasons, though. I don't get generalized anxiety. Hmm. Yeah, both were for good reasons. Thank you. I still can't play this freaking exorcist. I don't know how it goes. Go to the library and take a nap. still there? Oh no, maybe you aren't. Cool. See ya.